and welcome to Infinity Learn NEET by Sri Chaitanya. And today we will be discussing about that one topic from which a question will definitely come in the NEET examination, and that topic is gametogenesis. Yes, today we will be understanding the concept of gametogenesis under 10 minutes with the easiest way possible. Okay, so let's get started with this. Yes, so when I talk about gametogenesis, by the name itself, half of the things will be clear to you, because when I say gametogenesis, over here, genesis means formation. And we know that when we are talking about the formation of the gametes, it clearly means gametogenesis, right? So we study about two types of gametes. One is your male gamete, that is known as sperm. And hence the process of the formation of the sperm is known as spermatogenesis. Correct? The next gamete is your female gamete over here. Female gamete is known as your ovum. Hence the process of ovum is known as oogenesis. Correct? So quickly, with the help of certain diagrammatic representations, we will be understanding spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Let's get started with spermatogenesis. So you have to focus on this area over here, right? So when I talk about spermatogenesis, there are a lot of differences between both the gamete formation, correct? Spermatogenesis की जब हम बात करते हैं, as you can clearly see, at the time of puberty, spermatogonia is present. Where the spermatogonia is present? It is present in the seminiferous tubules of the male reproductive system. Seminiferous tubules are present in the testis, right? तो जो spermatogonia होता है, that undergoes mitosis differentiation first of all. When I say mitosis, it means it is the equational division. Equational division, as in the number of chromosomes will be similar in the cell that is being formed, right? Hence, we form primary spermatocyte. So what do we understand over here? Spermatogonia is also 2n. Primary spermatocyte is also 2n. Correct? क्योंकि कौन सा differentiation हुआ है यहाँ पे? Mitosis differentiation हुआ है. Correct? Now, the first meiotic division takes place over here. प्राइमरी स्पर्मेटोसाइट के बाद होता है आपका फर्स्ट मियोटिक डिवीजन. व्हेन आई से मियोटिक डिवीजन, इट मींस इट इज अ रिडक्शनल डिवीजन. व्हेन आई से रिडक्शनल डिवीजन, it means that now the number of the chromosomes will be reduced to half, and hence it forms the secondary spermatocyte, which means secondary spermatocyte will be a haploid cell. इसलिए हम यहाँ पे n लिखेंगे. Haploid cell मतलब कितने chromosomes होंगे उसमें होंगे 23 chromosomes, right? Then in the secondary spermatocyte, once it is formed, then takes place the second meiotic division, as you can clearly see over here. Then second meiotic division takes place in order to form 4 spermatids. How many spermatids? 4 spermatids. So when the second meiotic division is taking place, spermatids will also be what? They will be also haploid cells, means the number of chromosomes will be 23 again. And then when the differentiation takes place in the spermatids, that is how the spermatozoa, or which we call as the sperms, are formed. Again, haploid cells, which means 23 number of chromosomes. I'll give you a quick revision again. Spermatogonia, which is a diploid cell. Mitosis division takes place. It forms primary spermatocyte. Because mitosis has taken place, so primary spermatocyte will be a diploid cell. Then the first meiotic division takes place. When the meiotic division takes place, it forms secondary spermatocyte. Because meiotic division has taken place, so the secondary spermatocyte over here will be a haploid cell, right? And then the second meiotic division takes place and it forms spermatids. Again, because the meiotic division has taken place, so the spermatid will also be a haploid cell. And finally, when the differentiation of the spermatids takes place, it forms 4 sperms over here, because the spermatids, how many spermatids were formed? 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? So by this, what did you understand? One spermatogonia is able to form your 4 sperm cells over here, right? So that is how the spermatogenesis takes place. Now, here you can clearly see the process of formation of the diploid primary spermatocyte from spermatogonia means the first step from the spermatogonia, mitosis takes place and it forms primary spermatocyte, right? Primary spermatocyte are diploid in nature. Why? Because mitosis took place. So the formation of the primary spermatocyte from the spermatogonia is known as what? It is known as spermatocytogenesis, correct? Then the first meiosis takes place and we form secondary spermatocyte, which is a haploid cell. Hence, the number of chromosomes will be 23. Then the second meiosis takes place. Second meiosis takes place and it forms what? It forms 4 spermatids. Again, it will be haploid cell, number of chromosomes 23 again, right? And then the differentiation takes place, the formation of the spermatozoa or the sperm from the spermatids, right? And it is known as spermiogenesis. So with the help of all these 4 steps, spermatogenesis is the process that takes place in the male reproductive system, correct? Now, these are the hormones which are responsible, which are helpful over here. So, from hypothalamus, gonadotropin releasing hormone, correct? It secretes. Then it activates the pituitary gland. From the anterior pituitary gland, 2 hormones are released. FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormone, and LH, which is your luteinizing hormone. FSH performs or it works on the Sertoli cells, and that is how spermiogenesis factors are being made, because Sertoli cell is the cell which is responsible for providing nutrition to the sperm. Okay. Then the LH, luteinizing hormone, which is released from the anterior pituitary gland, it works on the Leydig cells, which is responsible for secreting androgens, mainly testosterone, and that is how the process of spermatogenesis takes place. So majorly in the process of spermatogenesis, these 2 hormones play a really important role, which is FSH and LH. FSH works on Sertoli cells and LH works on the Leydig cells, right? Now let's discuss about the oogenesis. Here you have to focus on this area, alright, towards your right side. Now, in oogenesis is very different from spermatogenesis, because in oogenesis, oogonia is present in the fetal life itself, okay? Oogonia, the genesis ka process, the formation of ovum starts from the fetal life itself. Oogonia takes place and then the mitosis differentiation happens in order to form the primary oocyte. When the mitosis is happening, this is also what? This is your equational division, because it's mitosis. Because equational division is taking place, primary oocyte will be a diploid cell, correct? So how many chromosomes? 46 chromosomes, correct? Then in the fetal life, you already have a primary oocyte, okay? Then till the time of your puberty, it takes these many years to perform the first meiotic division, because in your fetal life you already have a primary oocyte, but from your fetal life till the time when the puberty hits or when the menarche comes, these many years are required in order to complete first meiotic division, okay? So first meiotic division is completed prior to ovulation. When first meiotic division is completed at the time of puberty, it forms secondary oocyte along with first polar body. Because this is the first meiotic division, so this structure over here will be haploid cell, hence number of chromosomes will be 23. Same goes with the first polar body, correct? Now, when the secondary oocyte is formed, the second meiotic division, it should take place, but it takes place when? The second meiotic division over here, this will take place at the time of fertilization. Second meiotic division takes place at the time of fertilization, and when it does, then it will form the ovum and second polar body, because this is also taking place after the meiotic division. So this will also be haploid in nature, hence 23 chromosomes. Okay. So this is what happens in oogenesis, okay? Now, one more thing that you have to understand about it is At the time of birth, there are around 2 million follicles present in the female body. But then takes place follicular atresia. Follicular atresia is the process where the follicles are discarded or disrupted. So from 2 million follicles at the time of birth till the time of puberty, only 60,000 to 80,000 follicles are left in the female body. From that also, around 400 will be mature and ovulate during a woman's reproductive lifetime. So, woman's reproductive life is from menarche and it ends at menopause, correct? So, in the entire reproductive life of a female, only about 400 follicles will be matured and then they will be ready to get fertilized. Okay? So, this is how the oogenesis takes place. Over here, you can also understand. We know these are the follicles because folliculogenesis is basically the formation of the follicles. The first follicle is your primary follicle. Then when the layers, the protective layers keep on adding and the cells increase over here, it becomes secondary follicle. When the cavity takes place, which is your antrum, which is your fluid-filled cavity, then it becomes tertiary follicle. All of this is happening. All these follicles are carrying what? They are carrying the primary oocyte. We are still talking about the primary oocyte. The only follicle which carries the secondary oocyte is your Graafian follicle. And at the time of ovulation, secondary oocyte is released from the Graafian follicle. Okay, so this is another process which is related to oogenesis, that is folliculogenesis. Now here we have a comparative study, a comparative diagrammatic representation of spermatogenesis and oogenesis. You can clearly understand with this diagram that how spermatogenesis is different from oogenesis. Okay, let's check it out. Spermatogenesis occurs in testis, whereas oogenesis occurs in ovary. Spermatogenesis starts at puberty, but oogenesis starts at fetal stage itself. As I told you, at the fetal age, we already had primary oocyte. Okay? Spermatogenesis continues till death. This ends at menopause. All stages occur in the testis. All stages except the last stage takes place in ovary, okay, because the last stage takes place where? It takes place in the fallopian tube, because the secondary oocyte will fuse with the sperm in the fallopian tube, and that's when the second meiotic division will be completed and hence the ovum will be formed. That's why except the last stage, all the stages takes place in ovary, okay. It's a continuous process. It's a discontinuous process. Produces motile gametes. Sperm are motile. It produces non-motile gametes because ovum or the secondary oocyte is not motile. This is here the cytokinesis is equal. This is unequal. Here 4 functional gametes are produced. We saw, right? One spermatogonia will form 4 spermatids or 4 spermatozoa. Here only one functional gamete and 2 or 3 polar bodies are produced. So this is the difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. I hope that now you are pretty sorted with this concept, and now I'm sure that you will be able to answer this question as well. This is the question which was there in the previous NEET examination. Please pause the video and try to answer the question. Select the correct option of haploid cells from the following groups. Yes, the correct answer will be spermatogonia, primary spermatocyte and spermatid, right? These are the cells over here, okay? So that is it for today's session, and I hope that you understood the concept pretty well. And if this video was helpful to you, please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Alright, thank you so much.